Count grantee in Georgia, we learned that the Casey Foundation wanted to focus on third grade reading through their Kids Count efforts this year, as well as was going to make a 10-year commitment to grade level reading performance. We thought, what a perfect time for Georgia to do the same. And then we'll be releasing the annual Kids Count report, as Doug indicated, as we always do in July, which is the state-by-state rankings on 10 indicators of child well-being. We knew that this particular special report was just too unique for those of us who are so committed to our youngest Georgians to let go by. So we decided we had to maximize on this opportunity immediately. We decided to tailor a Georgia response to the national Kids Count response to third grade reading. And what you have in your seat is actually a hot off the press copy. It was released nationally today by the Casey Foundation, a report on the importance of learning to read and learning to read by third grade. What we're doing here in Georgia is we have actually developed a report specific to Georgia about third grade reading and our commitment to it, and we want to use this report as a way to launch a campaign here in Georgia statewide to ensure that every single child in Georgia will read at or above grade level upon reaching third grade. One of the things that we know is that too many of Georgia's children are falling below or barely meeting the basic standard in reading by the end of third grade. This is so critical for us to recognize because children who don't learn to read by third grade cannot read to learn in fourth grade and beyond. According to the most recent National Assessment of Educational Progress, 2 out of every 3 fourth graders, that's 67%, in our nation are not proficient in reading. In Georgia, the picture is a little grimmer. Actually, only 29% of our fourth graders read at a proficient level or better. And also, Georgia students scored lower than fourth graders in 29 other states. When you look at it even more deeply, go deeper into the data, which we have tried to do in this report that we're releasing today, you see that children from disadvantaged families and minority families fare even worse. And these scores are profoundly disappointing to all of us who care so deeply about children, because we also recognize that if we don't make change, and pretty dramatic change, we are cementing a whole another generation of educational failure and poverty, as well as placing our economy at risk. In this Georgia report, Great Expectations, which you also have at your seat, you will find additional data as well as some success stories that we've actually gone around the state to look for in our communities. And these are communities who are really making progress through innovation, through consistency, and building a strong continuum of early care and learning and health for all children in their communities from birth to 8 so that they are ready for school. We believe that this report is where we can begin to identify our challenges and set our expectations. And this title, Great Expectations, is not by accident. It is very intentional because we feel like we have to set great expectations for ourselves and most importantly for our children. And I too would like to recognize the work of our policy and communications team at the Georgia Family Connection Partnership and all the partners in the room and some who couldn't join us who contributed in the development of this report. As disappointing as the data may be, I have to say that this is also a very exciting time for us in Georgia. We all know that there's been an awful lot of work, interest, investment, energy, and synergy around the target population of children in our state born through age 8, and that we also have a lot of energy and enthusiasm and lots of different public and private agencies focusing on the well-being of our youngest children. So we really feel like that a campaign is the perfect vehicle to pull us all together and ensure that we are all aligned and coordinated, and most importantly, again, unified in our message about the importance of third grade reading. So we know that, too, that is the only way we're going to meet this goal of having every one of our children in Georgia reading at and exceeding third grade reading levels. So today what we've done as a way to launch this campaign in Georgia is ask a representative group of stakeholders to share their commitment to this improved grade level campaign. And we'd like to start off with one of our key champions of the campaign, Commissioner Holly Robinson from the Department of Early Care and Learning. So I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Robinson.